Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a very special Pinterest webinar focused on how you can make this upcoming holiday season a success for your brand. I'm Marty, a senior client partner here at Pinterest.
And my name is Richard, a senior industry manager. We know that the peak season and all the festivities are a time of excitement and opportunity for advertisers, but we also understand the challenges that you face. From customer acquisition costs to brand loyalty, you may be wondering how to effectively grow your audience and drive revenue during the busiest shopping season of the year. So let's dive into how we can do that on Pinterest.
Great. Over the next 40 minutes, we've packed the content with fresh ideas, powerful on-platform tools, and practical campaign activation tips to make your sales soar in Q4. Specifically, we'll cover why it's a good idea to add Pinterest to your peak media strategy, if you haven't already, audience insights and vertical reports to help you connect with more people on Pinterest during the festive season. We'll also see how Pinterest can drive results with effective solutions and strategies for your campaigns. And finally, we'll dive into some examples of how actual brands have created and run successful peak campaigns on Pinterest, plus your very own checklist for success. So, what are the strategic goals for this peak season? Now, we know every brand is unique and strategies will differ, but generally, advertisers are looking to accomplish three big tasks this peak season. First, it's to grow your share of that increasing consumer demand. This means increasing both reach and delivery to match consumer demand, while also being relevant to those customers' needs. As we move into the peak season, your customers are increasingly likely to shift from discovery to action. The task is to ensure you're leveraging signals of intent to prioritize messaging to high-value audiences at those key moments of decision-making. And finally, brands must consider the most effective ways to leverage offer messaging and incentivize action through sales and promotional strategies. And all of these objectives rely on having the right marketing channels in your mix. And of course, it will come to no surprise that Pinterest is one of these channels. Pinterest users are 90% more likely to say that Pinterest helps them make more festive decisions than any other site or app. They're also more likely to say the platform helps them identify the perfect product to purchase. And finally, 58% of weekly Pinterest users say finding items on sale influences their online shopping decisions. Richard will now tell us more about the Pinterest audience.
Pinterest is here to partner with you and help you achieve your peak season performance goals. And this season, a growing audience of festive shoppers are planning, saving, and shopping on Pinterest. More importantly, your audience is on Pinterest and with active intent signals. They're not here to passively scroll and distractedly buy. They're here with an open mind and they are primed to buy, ready to discover new products and brands to act on. These highly valuable, leaned-in audiences drive business impact. Advertisers who ran ad campaigns during the Q4 festive season on Pinterest saw great results last year, a 40% higher return on their ad spend. And this year, we're taking it up a notch. We're innovating to drive even better performance for our partners with an enhanced performance suite to help you better reach shoppers across the entire shopping journey. I'll get into that in a moment. So who are these festive shoppers on Pinterest? Taking a look at some of our global data, as well as select studies from our US users, we found three key takeouts. First, our audience this year is bigger, and we have new momentum with younger shoppers as well. Gen Z is our fastest growing and our most engaged user base. Second, they're also coming to Pinterest with big ambitions to remix and remake the traditional festivities. And third, they're willing to spend more. On average, festive shoppers on Pinterest spent 40% more on the festive season last year compared to those on other social platforms. Shoppers tell us that Pinterest gives them a different kind of festive shopping experience. It's not distracting and chaotic, it's organized and productive, meaning they are taking more action on Pinterest. That said, there can be a lot of variety into how these high action festive shoppers behave on the platform. We're going to show you an example of the types of first-party insights your Pinterest team can provide from 3 different perspectives. Number 1, festive insights by verticals or by industry. Number 2, festive personas. And number 3, by gift trends. Please speak to your Pinterest contact to find the most relevant data for your campaign goals. First, let's step into the verticals, and starting off with home, a key vertical for us at Pinterest. This festive season, high-action festive shoppers are all about transforming their homes to create meaningful and memorable experiences for their guests. In my household, we like to go big, and this year we're looking to get a giant light-up sign for the front of our house to really give us a sense of enjoyment and slightly annoy our neighbours. For me and for many other festive home shoppers, Pinterest plays a key role in helping to find inspiration and decide what is best and to buy. Why? Because Pinterest is a go-to destination for festive home decor inspiration. A new festive season is the perfect opportunity for shoppers to purchase decor that will help them take their festivities to new heights and get their homes guest ready. In fact, Pinterest users are 48% more likely to purchase decor from the home during the festive season compared to non-Pinterest users. And Pinterest users will spend more on home decor this festive season. But how early do Pinterest users start planning their festive decor? Let's take a look. Pinners start planning their festive home decor well before Christmas in November. And as the time draws closer to Christmas, they become more focused on organising their homes to make space for their plans and prepare for the new year. And finally, in January, they set their goals on bigger home improvement plans. Marty, what is your favourite part of the holiday season?
Well, surely that's got to be the gifts. And it's much like our featured festive persona. Personas, custom audiences built by combining search and engagement signals around specific topics and interests. In the UK, we've explored the gift giver persona. And as the name suggests, this audience loves buying gifts for others and finding the perfect present. But just how significant is this group on Pinterest? Well, we have over 4.5 million pinners who engage with gifting as a topic in the UK, led by Gen Z and millennial audiences, as you can see in the top right corner. That's 4.5 million users who are looking for the best gift for their loved ones, for their friends, or for themselves, providing many opportunities for you to position your brand and messages to influence their decisions. It's a very engaged audience as well, with someone searching for a gift on Pinterest every 4 seconds. And UK gift givers start planning early in the year, with the main shopping for gifts happening in November or earlier. Knowing this, you can time your campaigns to align with these users' shopping journeys. Be there with high frequency and align your creatives to each state of that user journey to inspire these audiences early on in their gifting searches and to be present at the time when they're ready to purchase.
This year, our colleagues in the US partnered with trend forecasting company WGSN to uncover the latest holiday gifting trends through Pinterest predictive data analytics. These insights are designed to help you forecast consumer behavior changes, give you a competitive edge, and support effective campaign activations ahead of this festive season. Next, let's talk about beauty. This is a category that always sees a surge during the festive season as people look to pamper themselves and others. One of the emerging trends in beauty is scentscaping. This involves fragrance zoning, scent mixing, and multi-sensorial layering to create a rich, seasonal atmosphere. We're expecting perfumes and home fragrances like candles, diffusers, and on-the-go scents to be key players in this trend. Supporting this trend, searches for terms like candle recipes with essential oils, healing candles, and read diffuser recipe are all growing. These searches indicate a strong interest in creating a personalized, fragrant environment. Another trend in beauty is glitter and glamour. This reflects a shift in how younger consumers are approaching festive celebrations. They're looking for ways to transcend tradition and express their individuality through unique styles and subcultural elements. Products that cater to this desire, like eco-friendly makeup options, candy tone nails, and semi-permanent hair products, are expected to be in high demand. As we wrap up, here's how you can take action on these gift trends. First off, determine which of these gift trends best align with your offerings. Then create pins and ad copy that highlight how your products fit into these trends. Next, tailor your ad creatives to showcase the unique features of trending products. For example, emphasize the modular capabilities of tech accessories or the self-care aspects of beauty products. And finally, highlight how your products cater to different needs and age groups. Whether it's tech that adapts to various user needs, toys and games that appeal to all ages, or beauty products that offer convenience and versatility, make sure your messaging resonates with a broad audience. By aligning your campaigns with these trends, you'll be well positioned to connect with shoppers on Pinterest this festive season.
Great. And now we will take a look at some of the tools and strategies that can help you make the most of your campaigns on Pinterest. So we'll begin by reviewing 2 tools that will help you identify insights and trends on our platform. First up, we have the Audience Insights that reveal what your existing and potential customers are interested in based on their behavior on Pinterest. You can access this section in your Ads Manager accounts when you start planning your campaigns. Now, the Audience Insight section is separated into 3 main parts. First, you have your audience, where we can take a closer look at what topics interest your people who have engaged or seen your content. Then you can see all Pinterest users. So this is actually looking at a broader audience of all users, regardless of whether they've been exposed to your content or not. So you can see their search habits as well. And more importantly, you can easily compare the two. So this can be a great source of insights and inspiration for brands so that you can implement that into your campaigns. For example, let's say you're a fashion brand and you discover that 48% of people that engage with your content also search for gardening tips. Perhaps in your next campaign, you should consider featuring your new collection in a garden setting or focus on the best outfits for a garden party to align with that other interest that your audience has. But what if you want to be your own trend spotter? This is where the Pinterest Trends tool can help. This tool allows you to learn more about what's trending on Pinterest, and by tapping into these trends, you can create relevant content that not only captures attention, but also drives action. You can visit trends.pinterest.com to access that tool. First, you'll see trends that your audience loves at the very top. So this feature gives you personalized insights into what's trending with your engaged users and followers compared to the broader Pinterest audience. It's a great way to fine-tune your targeting and creative strategies and make sure your campaigns resonate with your audience. Then you can look at trends by demographics. So here you can use filters such as time period, interest, age, gender, to find the trends that are most relevant to your business and adjust your campaigns accordingly. And finally, we have trends by season. These show you which trends reappear year after year, helping you time your campaigns perfectly to catch pinner interest as it peaks. This way, you can truly own the moment.
Now that we've covered how to identify and leverage insights, let's move on to optimizing your campaign performance. There are 6 simple steps you can take to supercharge performance this peak season. We'll walk you through each of these actions in the next slides, but underpinning any strong strategy is a smart testing strategy and ongoing optimizations towards your specific campaign goals. To maximize conversions, it's important to reach your audience at every stage of the decision-making process, from awareness to consideration through to action. Data shows that people are 2 times more likely to convert when exposed to ads from 2 objectives across the funnel, and even better, they're 3 times more likely when exposed to ads across 3 objectives. This proves that running a full funnel campaign drives a much better performance. And guess what? At Pinterest, we've got the perfect advertising suite to make this happen.
Great. Now, for those of you that have product catalogs, this is the first and most scalable step that you can do, uploading your full catalog on Pinterest. This automatically creates individual shoppable pins for every product in your feed, saving you time and effort while enhancing the shopping experience for our users. Adding a product feed with best practices in mind can make the difference between good and great performance. And a healthy feed helps you to drive auction favorability, to reduce media costs, to increase relevancy and reach, and ultimately to improve qualified traffic to your website. There are many elements of feed health, which you will see in Ads Manager once you upload your catalog. However, as a highlight, let's talk about product categorization, which is one of the most important elements of your feed health. This means using your Google product category field in your feed, as well as product type in the metadata of your uploaded data feed. Our system uses these fields to index and categorize your pins and to inform targeting for your catalog campaigns. For example, if you take a look at the pin in the top right corner, it is a pin for a nice summer dress. In the feed, we only have the Google product category field filled in, and it only says apparel and accessories, just that one level deep product field. When our platform indexes this product and creates a shopping pin, it will identify women's fashion, outfits, and fashion as keywords that will be triggered as part of your shopping campaign. This means that only those 3 keywords are targeted in your campaigns. So it's a bit limiting. Now, if we go on to a more best practice setup, what you can see here is that we have added at least 3 levels of Google product categorization and a granular product type, which is listed there. When advertisers do that, we see 3 times higher checkout propensity. But why is that? Well, by adding these additional descriptors, such as clothing, dresses, as well as dresses, cocktail and party, knee length, and floral, more keywords are now associated with this pin, and our system will allow it to show up against more searches. We also see that specific interest groups start to get targeted. So dresses by style, women's dresses, and so on. And almost as important is the areas that we won't show up. Because we've gone down to this granular detail to show what our product is, we also know what it's not. So negatively targeted keywords will be women's activewear and women's bags, because we want to really prioritize delivery to the sections that are most relevant to your users. So hopefully that makes sense. And once your products are categorized, you can use product segmentation in your shopping campaigns to further optimize performance. What is product segmentation? It can be setting up individual product groups for different apparel categories. So for example, for your shoes versus trousers versus dresses, or segmenting by price, or both. So if you segment your product groups, it will help you understand how each category is performing in a bit more detail. So it will give you a better picture of which types of products are performing well and which are not. It will also allow you to set up one product group per ad group in your campaign structure for the shopping campaigns especially. If you have that relationship of one product group to one ad group, this will improve your bid control as our algorithm places bids at the ad group level. So similar items or similar price points will be competing for the same user. If you don't have any of that segmentation, so for example, if you run your shopping campaign with just all product targeting, this means that from your list of thousands of products, you will get one chance to bid to a user, and you have very limited control of which product within that wins the bid. So segmentation is key here to help your shopping campaigns go further.
Another way to optimize performance is by using direct links in your ads. This feature guides your audience straight to your website, driving traffic and conversions with fewer clicks. By reducing friction, you capture user intent more effectively, and you maximize the chances of generating that all-important conversion. To measure this performance, we recommend implementing the Pinterest tag. This is a simple piece of code that you add to your website to track visitors and their actions after seeing your ad on Pinterest. But to truly understand performance, we would really advocate for leveraging the Pinterest Conversions API. This lets you send conversion data directly to Pinterest through a server-to-server connection, meaning that you can track conversion from your website more accurately without depending on browser tags or pixels, and you can consequently gain a more complete view of how your advertising is performing on Pinterest. The API's flexibility also allows you to track different user actions like clicks or purchases and customize it to fit your specific needs. For best results, ensure that both the Pinterest tag and the API are set up to track your web, in-app, and offline conversions where relevant. Mirror the setup between the two sources and include as many of the required data parameters in order to maximize the conversion visibility. Ensure event ID in all events so that we can provide deduplication during the Conversion API implementation process and ensure accurate reporting. A resilient setup in the Conversion API allows for the highest level of signal matching and attribution. Why is this important? Establishing resilience prepares advertisers for current and upcoming industry changes by adding new data for Pinterest to match against. Now, let's talk about our newest product suite, Pinterest Performance Plus. This bundles our top performing automation features into a package that is simple to use for every advertiser, cutting campaign creation time by up to 50%. And what's even better is that Performance Plus drives results. Most advertisers see at least a 10% improvement in CPA or in CPC. Overall, it's just a faster, more efficient way to set up campaigns that delivers results. I'd love to talk about some of my favorite parts of the Performance Plus suite. Firstly, Performance Plus Creative. Now, this is my absolute favorite feature. As well as automatically creating shopping collections and carousel ads from your catalog, it can take any product image and replace what is currently a plain background with a more engaging scene. Just look at that lamp. How cool is that? Advertisers using this feature have seen up to a 31% higher click-through rate and at least a 13% increase in conversion rate. No-brainer, you might say. Incredibly relevant for this time of year are promotion ads. Promotion ads are a great way to highlight specific offers and to grab attention. They make it easy to showcase deals directly in your ads, removing any barriers for users. Also, promotion ads can increase visibility by appearing in the new Deal Ads module on the home feed, giving your offers even more exposure. This suite of performance-driving solutions uses the best of automation and AI to help you drive campaign success with less manual effort than ever before. As mentioned, advertisers who opt into the Performance Plus setup saw a 10% improvement in cost per acquisition and a simplified setup. If you maintain a tighter control over delivery, targeting, and other aspects of the campaign, then you can opt into individual Performance Plus solutions to test and learn what works best for your business.
Perfect. And here is where we take a look at an example testing framework for Performance Plus, which can show you how to structure tests around specific hypotheses. So for example, can I drive more efficient clicks or conversions with full Performance Plus suite compared to my standard campaigns at the very top? Or underneath, you might decide that you want to test if you can deliver better performance against specific KPIs by testing individual Performance Plus features in your standard campaigns. For example, using Richard's favorite, Performance Plus creatives, to enhance your shopping pins and to compare this to the non-optimized feed ads. Now, as you think about targeting users through the funnel, we should mention dynamic retargeting. This is one of our most powerful tactics, driving significant gains in return on ad spend for advertisers. What it is that Pinterest will dynamically serve products from your feed based on the items that pinners have previously engaged with on your website. So you can re-engage with product page visitors or those add to cart abandoners to nudge them to complete the purchase. Now, another technical detail, in order to take advantage of this tactic, we need to ensure that the product ID data is passed back from the tag and the API, and that we can map this back to the catalog. Because this product ID identifier essentially is the link that tells us they went to this product page and saw this product ID. Let's show them the same product ID once they come back to Pinterest a few days later and help them finish that purchase. So if the product ID is not captured, or if the IDs don't match between what's coming from your website or from the tag and API versus what we have in the feed, unfortunately, direct retargeting cannot serve those relevant ads to audiences. And we'll need to review this with your Pinterest contacts to make sure that the setup is as good as it can be. So it is important to check that technical setup with your team and to make sure that you are set up for success, as we don't want to miss out on the most powerful dynamic retargeting option for those high intent periods. Now, whether you've set up your campaigns with the full Performance Plus suite, or you've opted for the more traditional campaigns on the right side, we need to ensure that your audience strategy aligns with each of these stages of the purchase funnel. Firstly, use prospecting to find potential new customers, and then you can retarget them and speak to them again along the way through engagement retargeting based on on-platform signals, through site visitor retargeting based on what's happening on your own website, app, or API, and finally, through dynamic retargeting. If you opt for Performance Plus, so on the left side, you're using the full Performance Plus suite, the algorithm will automatically prioritize delivery to prospecting and retargeting audiences based on performance and availability. So there will be no control for you over that budget, but the algorithm knows best how to split the budget so that you have the effective split between prospecting and finding those new users and then retargeting them. Now, if you do want to maintain more of that control, you can set up those traditional campaigns where you can split separate, you can have separate campaigns for prospecting and for retargeting so that you can control the budgets for each of these based on what your peak strategy is. Which one you use will likely depend mainly on how much budget control you need between these audiences. And here as well, plan to prioritize promotional activity on Pinterest and think about how you need to structure your campaigns based on your promotion strategy. So generally, we have two options for those of you who are planning site-wide promotions. So the same deal across everything. You can leverage Performance Plus shopping campaigns and apply the promotional indicators for all products on your site. So the same offer on all those products. Now, if you are planning to go only with a discount or promo offer for specific products, then it will be better for you to leverage a traditional campaign setup and segment your ad groups between promotional and non-promotional ad groups. Because that way you can apply different promotional messages for each of the ad groups in your campaign. So hopefully that helps. And finally, one way to unlock growth and to figure out what exactly is working well for your campaigns is through A/B testing. Now, A/B testing is a tool available through your Pinterest contacts, and it works as a split test. So it will randomize pinners into mutually exclusive test groups, and pinners will see the campaign that is assigned to their test groups. So an equal split of budgets, equal split of audiences that will only see campaign A versus those that will only see campaign B. After the test ends, there's a primary and secondary KPI that we'll be able to measure performance on, and we can see whether the experiment worked. So whether there was an incremental step change in performance based on people who only saw campaign A or campaign B. With A/B testing, each test provides the insights for further adjustments and creates an ongoing loop of improvement, so you can use it time and time again. And this process helps ensure that your campaigns improve over time and that you test more items over time.
Ooh. I know we've shared a lot of great information in a short amount of time this morning. In our final section of this webinar, we'll review a couple of success stories that will help you understand how some other brands can prepare for the festive season on Pinterest from beginning to end. First up, let's talk about Waitrose. They took a savvy approach to their festive campaign. They embraced data-driven insights and experimented with creative ad formats like Spotlight and quiz ads. Their full funnel strategy proved that upper funnel ads have a positive impact on lower funnel conversions, highlighting the importance of that multi-format, multi-objective approach.
And next, we're going to talk about the big opportunities for the beauty sector. So here we have Gucci, whose Gucci Beauty's festive campaign brought home brand awareness and action intent lifts in key Western European markets and across the pond in the US. Gucci Beauty wanted to promote their fragrances and makeup products globally to high-intent audiences actively planning for gifting purchases. And they wanted to raise awareness of the fragrances and makeup products globally. Working with Pinterest's creative strategy team, they built a creative playbook and toolkit that transformed existing creative assets to high-performing Pinterest-ready ads that result with results that speak for themselves, with really, really good action intent lift in the US, as well as across the other markets. Now, before we wrap things up, let's go over a couple of checklist items you should consider before, during, and after running your campaigns on Pinterest. So the first one is around that research and planning element. First and foremost, consult your Pinterest contacts. So we can provide access to your full reports on festive vertical insights, personas, and gift trends. Then get your hands dirty and use Pinterest Insights. Analyze our consumer behavior reports and festive trends to identify popular search terms in your category. And finally, understand your audience's preferences by analyzing different demographics with the Pinterest Trends tool. Next, when we speak about your campaign strategy, this is where we want to start thinking about the campaign timing and budget. So making sure that the campaigns are timed with your user behaviors. So what we saw about the UK gift givers with gift giving already happening or gift buying happening in November, it's already a good time for you to be launching those gifting campaigns if you haven't already. Then use Pinterest personas. So contact your Pinterest team to create festive personas like the gift giver in the UK, and create customized messages and visuals that speak directly to your target audience preferences. And finally, incorporate those trending themes into your campaigns. Highlight, for example, cozy loungewear with the gift of cozy, or versatile attire for dress up or down to connect with current consumer interests and enhance engagement. And tailor that content to Pinterest user preferences and use high quality visuals to attract attention. And finally, when we start executing the campaign, be sure to be ready to optimize those campaigns. Firstly, as you heard, use our Performance Plus suite. It will help save time and it will help you also increase performance gains. Enhance your customer experience by having your product catalog and having full conversion visibility on your side with the Pinterest tag and the API set up really well to measure every conversion that happens on the platform. Don't forget to implement a full funnel approach, as we know that can boost both reach and brand performance across the funnel, and monitor campaign performance throughout. Just be sure that you pay attention to what KPIs are moving up and down, and you can make optimizations while your activity is live. Great. So we're now going to take a couple of minutes to answer some of your questions, which need to be submitted by pressing the Q&A button on Zoom. And while we answer the questions, we would also love if you can fill in a feedback form for us. So please scan the QR code on screen to complete the survey. So I think we have one question that came in already, which is, what kind of content performs best during the holidays on Pinterest? That's an excellent question. Well, as you probably heard during the presentation, the first step is to have high quality, visually engaging content tailored to the season. That performs best. Highlighting trending themes like festive home decor, like holiday fashion, and personalized gifts also really helps. And finally, think of ads that inspire or suggest ways to enhance the holiday experience for users, because that tends to have higher engagement.
Cool. The next one we have in, how can we ensure that our holiday ads stand out on Pinterest? Well, there are a few things that you can consider to make your ads stand out. First, use high quality, engaging visuals that showcase your products in action. Second, tailor ads to Pinterest trends and to popular search terms that we talked about earlier. And third, emphasize seasonal themes in your ads. For example, showcase things like cozy home decor or festive outfits. Really align yourself with the moment of the time of year.
Perfect. Then we have one more question, which is quite interesting. So, how effective can ads be for a subscription model where there is no product catalog? Yes, it's true. We did focus on the product catalog as a really important piece, but worry not, we have plenty of advertisers who do not have catalogs and still see success. The same principles do apply. So ensuring that your subscription model is positioned well in front of users, it's visually appealing ads that you're using, you're tapping into creative best practices, so making the content visually appealing, using a mix of video and static ads, and trying to promote both the benefits of your brand and the benefits of people signing up to this subscription model, as well as why that's relevant now for the festive season. So you always have to take the balance between those two things, like your business goals, as well as how relevant is that to the current campaigns. Now, the next one is, are using hashtags the best way to implement the seasonal trends to post? So hashtags, that's an interesting question as well, because Pinterest, unfortunately, does not use hashtags in the same way other platforms do. So yes, you can include them, but actually more importantly, what you should be thinking about is using the Pinterest canvas, so the visual that you have, the title of the pin, and the description to include keywords, not necessarily hashtags, but keywords that are currently trending. So for example, if you see that cozy holiday decor is a phrase trending on the Pinterest Trends tool, you can also use that cozy home decor keyword in your pin description. It's not going to work like for like it's not going to guarantee that this pin gets picked up every time that a person searches for cozy home decor, but it will give your pin more relevance. And over time, you will see that those pins can start trending because the keywords are included in there. Great. Yeah, so what trends do you see on Pinterest related to food or recipes? And what are the best practices? Well, this is one element where you can answer a bit of that question yourself by going to trends.pinterest.com. In the Trends tool, you will be able to filter to food and drink as an interest. And you can see what trends or what topics are currently trending in the UK. Within that, you will be able to see growing trends, which are themes that are now on a massive increase. So from the last few weeks, we've seen a big spike in those growing trends. You can also see the biggest trends over time, which means that, classics like a Sunday roast recipe might be trending throughout the entire year, whereas something more seasonal like pumpkin soup would be trending now in October. So use the Pinterest Trends tool or contact your Pinterest team for more of these trends.
Then I think we have a final question for today. Would you have any advice for holiday campaigns that are for radio stations? Super interesting, this. I would firstly recommend reaching out to your Pinterest team for specific advice on this specific case. But I would also say that Pinterest offers solutions across all stages of the funnel, and it's not always about conversion or purchases. And so really lean into those solutions that are at the upper and the middle stage of the funnel to drive awareness and consideration rather than purchase, where there's no actual purchase process as part of this. Do we have time for one more? No, so I think that's it. I think that brings our time together to a close today. We'd like to thank you very much for spending your time with us this morning. We know that this is a really, really important and busy time of year for you. This webinar will be available later today, and you will receive an email confirming when. In the email, there'll also be a really handy checklist recapping what was explored today. We at Pinterest want to wish you all a happy and a prosperous festive period. I'm off now to explore some glitter and glamour. Happy holidays, Marty.
Happy holidays, Richard. Bye, everyone.
Bye.